Imagine a country so small, you could walk across it on your lunch break. A nation smaller than New York's Central Park, yet packed with billionaires, royalty, and movie stars. A place where every sunrise glints off marble terraces and super yacht hulls. Welcome to Monaco. But beneath the shimmer of Monte Carlo and the roar of Formula One cars lies a story of deception, survival, and transformation. One that began over 7 centuries ago with a monk, a sword, and a daring act of betrayal. Let's step inside the world's most glamorous microstate and uncover the truths that money alone can't buy. Monaco is only 2 square kilometers. You could fit it inside London's Heathrow Airport with room to spare. Yet it's home to nearly 40,000 people, making it one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Every square meter here is a small fortune, and space is the ultimate luxury. But rewind the clock a few hundred years, and Monaco wasn't a glittering haven for the rich. It was a barren fortress on a rocky peninsula, a stronghold overlooking the Mediterranean. No fancy casinos, no Ferraris, just soldiers, stone walls, and survival. And that survival began in blood and disguise. In the year 1297, a man named Francois Grimaldi approached the gates of Monaco's fortress, dressed as a Franciscan monk. The guards, pious and unsuspecting, let him in. But as soon as he crossed the threshold, Francois drew a sword from beneath his robe, and his men stormed in behind him. The fortress fell, and Monaco was his. And that daring deception would define the Grimaldi legacy: cunning, strategic, and relentless. To this day, Monaco's coat of arms shows 2 monks holding swords, a nod to that infamous night. From that act of trickery, a dynasty was born, one that has somehow endured wars, revolutions, and centuries of change. For the next several hundred years, the Grimaldis clung to their little piece of rock as kingdoms around them rose and fell. In 1641, they signed a treaty with France, placing Monaco under French protection but keeping their independence. That deal would shape Monaco's future, keeping it safe through the chaos of Napoleon, the World Wars, and beyond. But the 19th century brought a crisis. Monaco was broke. Its lands were shrinking, its people were leaving, and it had just lost 2/3 of its territory to France. What remained was little more than the city of Monaco itself, and a dream. That dream belonged to Prince Charles III. Charles had an idea. If you can't grow crops, grow curiosity. He would turn Monaco into a paradise for Europe's wealthy elite. So in 1863, he opened the Monte Carlo Casino, a palace of marble, chandeliers, and luck. Gambling was banned in France, but not in Monaco. The rich, the titled, and the reckless came flocking in by the thousands. Almost overnight, Monaco's fortunes changed. The casino's profits were so immense that within a few years, the prince abolished income tax altogether. Imagine that. No taxes, no agriculture, but endless wealth. And yet, here's the irony. Monegasques, the actual citizens, were forbidden from gambling at their own casino. The prince didn't want his people ruined by the same temptations that filled his coffers. The casino was a glittering trap, built for outsiders. Soon, Monte Carlo became a legend, a place of champagne, roulette wheels, and whispered scandals. Aristocrats and adventurers came to lose their fortunes and their hearts, and through it all, the Grimaldis prospered. By the 20th century, Monaco had fully transformed, but its greatest chapter, and its most tragic, began not with a prince, but with a movie star. In 1955, during the Cannes Film Festival, Hollywood icon Grace Kelly met Prince Rainier III of Monaco. A year later, they were married in what the press called the wedding of the century. 30 million people watched the ceremony, more than had watched Queen Elizabeth's coronation. Grace Kelly became Princess Grace of Monaco, and for a while, the tiny principality became a living fairy tale. She brought Hollywood's charm, elegance, and glamour to Monaco, transforming it into a magnet for the world's elite. Under her and Rainier's reign, Monaco entered its golden age, a blend of Riviera luxury and royal mystique. But the story turned tragic in 1982. Princess Grace was driving on a winding coastal road above Monaco when she lost control of her car and crashed. She died soon after, at just 52 years old. Her death shocked the world, and the fairy tale kingdom mourned its princess, who had given it a soul. Today, her son, Prince Albert II, continues her legacy. Educated, environmentally minded, and quietly determined, he has turned Monaco into a leader in ocean conservation and sustainability. For a nation built on opulence, that's a surprising evolution. Albert himself is a trained oceanographer, and he's used his reign to promote science, green architecture, and renewable energy. But how does Monaco manage to balance luxury and responsibility, glamour and governance in such a tiny space? The answer lies in its meticulous design. Monaco is built vertically. Skyscrapers rise from the cliffs, gardens are layered above roads, and even the harbor has floating docks. The newest district, Portier Cove, isn't even on natural land. It's an extension built directly on the sea, 15 acres of reclaimed territory designed to house sustainable homes, solar systems, and green parks. Every inch is engineered perfection, and every May, this city of marble and millionaires becomes a racetrack. The Monaco Grand Prix, one of the crown jewels of Formula One, turns ordinary streets into a thunderous blur of engines, skill, and spectacle. The cars race past the harbor, through tunnels, and around corners so tight that even the best drivers in the world fear them. It's the only race where luxury yachts, royal balconies, and champagne showers share the same backdrop. The Grand Prix isn't just a race. It's Monaco itself, thrilling, glamorous, and utterly impossible anywhere else. But beneath all this beauty and excess, there's a quieter truth. Monaco is not just a playground for the rich. It's a functioning country, with schools, hospitals, and families who've lived here for generations. Only about a quarter of the population are actual Monegasque citizens. The rest are residents from more than 130 nations. French, Italian, Russian, British, and Arabic are heard daily. The official language is French, but locals speak Monegasque, a dialect rooted in ancient Ligurian. And though it may seem like a paradise of privilege, life here has its rules. Monaco is safe, astonishingly so. The entire country has one of the highest police-to-citizen ratios in the world. Security cameras monitor nearly every street corner. Crime is virtually non-existent. In Monaco, you can drop your wallet and it'll likely be returned within minutes. All of this, the wealth, the beauty, the secrecy, makes Monaco something of a paradox. It's a place where ancient traditions coexist with futuristic ambitions, where billionaires rub shoulders with fishermen, where a dynasty born from trickery became a symbol of timeless elegance. And through it all, one family has ruled, not through conquest or power, but through adaptability. The Grimaldis have survived everything: invasions, revolutions, near bankruptcy, and even tragedy. Yet they remain, still standing over the sea, watching their tiny kingdom glitter in the sun. Monaco isn't just a place. It's a statement. Proof that size means nothing if you play your cards right. From François Grimaldi's disguised rebellion to Grace Kelly's royal romance, from the casino that built an empire to the city that built itself out of the sea, Monaco has rewritten what it means to be small but mighty. So the next time you see a photo of the Monte Carlo harbor, its yachts gleaming under the Riviera sky, remember that beneath all that luxury lies a story of ambition, survival, and the audacity to dream on the smallest stage imaginable. This is Monaco, the world's tiniest giant. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of Monaco, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from around the world. See you next time.